Everybody, welcome back. This is part two of my interview with Dr. King on interviewing. We just had our discussion about finding the hinge point in an interview. Go ahead and check that video out. And now we're going to get into the more refined points of interviewing. Dr. King obviously has a lot of experience with this. He's got a lot of wisdom to share with us. And Dr. King, I've got some questions here, some very common ones, and we'll hopefully get some more detailed ones. And I'd love to hear your responses to all of these. And to anyone watching these, if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me or Dr. King, also to our Student Success Center, to Career Services here. We're all here to help you. We'd love to help you. So please do not hesitate. Okay, so the first question, and I think one that kind of bugs people a bit where they're uncertain, is how to dress for an interview. How do I dress for the interview I'm going to? What do I wear? Because there's a line between business casual and over the top, but also you don't want to show up underdressed either. So how do you distinguish?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I'd answer beginning by saying you look great. I mean, if you came to an interview looking like you do, Thomas, that would be a very good point. You know, we live in a time when dress has become more casual. You know, if you had asked me this 10 years ago, as recently as 10 years ago, I would have said for sure suit and tie for the men, business attire for the women. You know, it'd be more formal. But now, because things are much more casual, I think that particularly the way you're dressed, it's that would be perfect. I wouldn't underdress any more than that. If you have a jacket, or you know, for the ladies, you know, either a jacket or a sweater, you know, the blouse underneath, that would also be very good. I think people are used to, most business environments now are casual. They're moving more and more casual. I mean, we were joking about the other day in my office, up until 2 years ago, I never showed up for work without a coat and tie on. And now look at me, I'm casual. So, but it's a tough balance. Another advice I would give, you know, the HR person, particularly if you're going to be interviewing with someone other than the HR department, this would be maybe the people who are doing the hiring. You know, don't be afraid to ask the HR staff, what would be expected? What would be expected of me? Should I be in a shirt, you know, a suit and tie or business suit, or is it much more casual, and so on? If they say, oh, casual for sure, then look like Thomas Kai does right now, and that will be to your advantage.
I'm the new look. I'm casual. You could just put up pamphlets all around campus. Like, this is what casual looks like.
I wouldn't wear
All
t-shirts.
right.
T-shirts and golf shirts, probably not. And of course, it all depends on the type of interview, but you know.
Yeah, and I know that when I spoke to Professor Keenans, who was our last guest, he also mentioned that just go ahead and contact the people who are interviewing you and ask them, what is the standard dress in your place of work? Like, what do you guys wear? Because it's not it's not an off limits question. It's a perfectly good one, because again, it's an extra level of showing that you care about what is going on. So if you put in the effort to talk to them, they will take you seriously and they're going to answer your question. Now, that goes into a whole other conversation about getting on the phone, but hey, if you get on the phone and you ask them a question, even more power to you, because that's a whole other level of wanting to engage with that company.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
I'm sorry.
Yes.